And I was surprised to find out that correctional officers killed in the line of duty do not receive the same benefits as law enforcement officers that are killed in the line of duty. Penitentiary. The same benefits as law enforcement officers that are killed in the line of duty. That bill will be retroactive. That means that his family will receive an additional death benefit of $25,000, assuming the bill is passed and signed into law, and that his children, and he had 3 children, will be entitled to scholarships when they go to college.
"75 prison guards were due to report to the penitentiary at 8 o'clock this morning. 27 showed up. The rest, almost 2/3 of the guards, called in sick. To keep the prison secure, city police were stationed outside. Dozens of state police were brought inside the penitentiary, mainly patrolling near the prison walls. A state prison SWAT team was also brought in, its members keeping guard in the towers and in the cell blocks. The inmates were kept locked in their cells, only allowed out to take a shower. To make the best use of the manpower they do have, prison officials have begun 12-hour shifts instead of the normal 8-hour workday. A union official said he expects the sick-out to spread to the other shifts.
It's going to be a rippling effect. The key was the 8 to 4 shift.
But this guard who worked last night said he may ignore the sick-out and return to work this evening. Maybe.
Does this mean then that you're disobeying the job action which was voted on today by fellow union members?
No, it don't mean I'm disobeying it. Well, I mean, it's a rough decision. I guess I got a couple hours to think it out.
Governor Hughes says guards who call in sick should be punished. A union spokesman hopes the governor changes his mind.
Well, I think disciplinary action probably will be in order for those that have violated the rules and regulations of employment. Not that we mean to be unduly harsh, but I think that we do have to maintain that discipline, and we do have to maintain the security of that institution.
I would hope not. I would hope the governor will be somewhat compassionate to understand that these men were extremely upset because of the death of that officer, and it was following his funeral, and I would hope that no disciplinary action would take.
The prisoners are not being allowed any visitors, but Chala Sadiki talked to her husband from the street.
I agree with the incident in South Wing doesn't have anything to do with the man that God are making.
What the inmate is saying is that the incident in South Wing has nothing to do with the demands that the guards are making, that the unions and the guards are blowing this thing out of proportion.
But the inmate and the guards do agree that conditions in the state penitentiary South Wing are horrendous. Kevin Brown, News Scene 2, the state penitentiary.
And I was surprised to find out that correctional officers killed in the line of duty do not receive the same benefits as law enforcement officers that are killed in the line of duty. Penitentiary. The same benefits as law enforcement officers that are killed in the line of duty. That bill will be retroactive. That means that his family will receive an additional death benefit of $25,000, assuming the bill is passed and signed into law, and that his children, and he had 3 children, will be entitled to scholarships when they go to college.
Well, I think that we've tried to address some of the security concerns that we think the union had very legitimately raised, and I think that Mr. Hopkins and I had a number of discussions with the union leadership about some of the things that we thought could be done that would beef up security, particularly on the South Wing. So I feel that the agreement that we've worked out is a reasonable one. I think it allows all parties to step back, let emotions cool somewhat, and get a handle on the real issues and the real problems and attempt to solve those.
It is with a clear understanding that nobody will be reprimanded. Nobody will be, any disciplinary action be taken. And not only that, we're talking about that it will not affect them in the future concerning promotions. There'll be no side memos or anything, that they're going back with dignity.
In addition to a wholesale amnesty for those guards who participated in the job action,
There were two other points to the pact agreed upon this evening. The governor will appoint an independent panel to conduct an investigation into the murder of guard Herman Tolson, and corrections officials will work with the union to at last address the grievances of the guards.
There's a history at that penitentiary of the conditions there, and though we have all these consultants and all these masterminds who come in and look at them, they're never addressed, nor are they implemented. And I think now we have gotten the attention not only of the governor, the attorney general, the speaker of the House, we also got the attention of the citizens. And I don't think they're going to tolerate those conditions over there. We're not going to have another Tolson.
The guards, meanwhile, say they're pleased with the outcome of the negotiations, and they're praising Governor Hughes tonight for turning a sympathetic ear.
We do feel that he's listened to our pleas. He's, as far as what we understand here, got the Attorney General going to do the investigation up to and the parts leading up to and the assault on Officer Tolson.
The phone calls I get at home, the general consensus is that most people are still very upset about what's happening, and they have no intentions of returning to this place until the warden is at least removed from the institution, and we can, at that point, negotiate with the commissioner for things that we know are needed that they have neglected to give us prior to this time.